Yeah, and then we can throw in like a little like title maybe. As I say it, you put like the title like going down the, like right over here somewhere. For materials, for the sliding gloves, you're going to need a really sturdy, comfortable set of gloves. You're going to need a sheet of cutting board. Generally, about ½ an inch is a good thickness. Anything thinner than that is going to wear away too quickly, and you'll have to replace them a little bit faster. You're also going to need some glue sticks that you can get at your art store, or you can get at a hardware store or something like that. And you also are going to need some access to some tools. Heating gun. It's pretty much just like a really powerful hair dryer to be able to heat the pucks, and you're also going to need to have something to cut the pucks with. This is a really high-end jigsaw, and it makes loud noises. You can either get one of these, which is a little bit more expensive, or you can go the handsaw. So you can do this. It's a little cheaper. It'll take a lot longer, and it's a little bit harder to do, but you can definitely do it. And we recommend that you don't use any of these kind of tools if you don't know how to use them. If you're having any trouble, please ask for help. Either your parents or an adult can help you out. And you're also going to need a clamp of some kind to hold the puck to the glove while it's cooling. And that's pretty much it. The first step in designing your own gloves is to design the pucks. My personal preference is the lobster style. Each finger is joined together by the next one with the puck. So there's 2 finger pucks. There's a thumb puck, a palm puck, and a wrist puck. So that's the ones I'll be designing today, but you can design any kind you want. Some people prefer the individual fingers, one on each finger. Some people like all 4 of them being joined by one. It's all a matter of preference, doesn't really matter, just as long as you know what you want. So today I've designed those ones. So the first step is to take your cutting board, you take the Sharpie, and you pretty much you put your hand onto the board in the shape of the glove that you want to design. Mine's going to be like this, so I'm going to put my hand on it like this, and pretty much you take an outline of your hand. This makes it a little bit easier to design the pucks in the shape you want. That's my hand. You'll be able to take this and you kind of just pretty much this is where the creativity comes in. You can pretty much design the puck in any way you want. You want to make them a little bit thicker, as not necessarily just around the edge of your fingers as you drew them, because you are going to be wearing a glove, so there's going to be a little bit extra room around your fingers for the glove, so your hand's actually be a little bit bigger than you're expecting it to be. And the palm puck, I prefer a somewhat round puck that comes up and then comes back down again. So it's kind of like an egg shape, so it goes up the side of your hand and then comes back down, and it'll be able to. It's still relatively round, so you'll be able to do some spins and all that kind of cool stuff. And for the thumb puck, I kind of just do another like little egg right along the top of the puck, right on the top of the finger anyway. You tend to notice as you start making more and more slide gloves, they start making different types and stuff. The thumb puck is a little bit harder to do because the contact patch is just pretty much right. The contact patch is pretty much right there. It's like this tiny little spot that's kind of annoying to do. So you're going to have to test out the thumb pucks a little bit. If they don't work, you can rip them off, try some other ones, and you'll be able to find one that works for you. I prefer the wrist puck, and that's really useful, especially if you're going to do some slides in front of you or behind you. If you do really laid out slides, it definitely protects your wrist a little bit more than other ones. So that's your first hand, and you can do this with the second hand. Design the same ones, and you can go from there. In order to conserve, if you want to do it a different way, you can trace the pucks on a piece of paper and then cut out the pieces of paper where the pucks are, and then trace the pucks onto the cutting board. So that way you can arrange them a little bit closer together and ultimately make a lot more sliding gloves out of just one piece of cutting board. Let's go cut them. Alright, let's do this. battery died. Are you a lobster? I am a lobster. Lobster 5.
Trekkie.
Oh. Last one. All right. We're done cutting the pucks. So now let's sand them down and glue them onto the gloves. All right. So after you you cut all your pucks up, they're generally pretty rough around the edges. So what I like to do, you can either get a sander, like a really powerful circular sander, or you can just come outside and scrape them along the pavement a little bit to cut away some of these rough edges. And you don't want like a really sharp edge like this digging into your hand if you come up on the edge a little bit. So that made a really nice edge. See how it's a lot rounder, it's a lot smoother, and that's actually going to help you when you're sliding a lot. You'll be able to turn and spin a lot easier with a much rounder edge. And it's a lot better looking too. So it's a really good thing to do. Now I'm going to do this edge. See how it's really, really sharp right there? Now watch. Just with a few strokes and just rolling it back and forth, you can really rough down those edges. I like mine a little bit softer and rounder than sharper and harder. So you have to prepare the glue sticks for preparation. Chop them up and slice them and dice them so that they're able to be placed and glued properly. And you place the puck down face up, and you take these little pads of glue that you cut up, you place them around the puck. I usually use 4 for the main puck. And you take the heating gun, turn it on, and you heat it so that the puck melts and so the glue melts on top of the puck that's also heating up. You kind of want to spread it around a little bit and make sure you're not holding the heating gun in one spot. You really want to heat the entire puck so that all of it sticks to the glove and not just the middle part, because that's a little flimsy and it'll be easier to pop off. So you can kind of see that the glue's starting to melt now and turning into a liquid, and pretty soon they'll all join each other in sweet, sweet harmony. So you're starting to notice that the plastic is starting to melt as well, which means it's really, really hot. So at this point, you are not going to want to go near this thing with anything other than a glove. All right, so the point where you know it's really ready is when the entire puck has this really glossy look to it, and the pucks of glue have really melted, and it's all kind of forming into this one liquidy mass on top of it. So that's when you can turn it off. Grab your glove, and you place it right on the glove in the right spot where you need. And you can kind of feel it right when you put it on, and you press down a little bit. Make sure you can feel all of the puck going in, and then it starts getting a little hot, and that's when you can slide your hand out. Grab some slats of wood, and you slide one into the glove and one on the outside, and you clamp them together. And this kind of makes an even pressure on the glove of where you're attaching this piece. So you let that sit. You let that sit right here while you do your next puck. So then by the time you're finished with your next puck, you can switch them out a little bit, and that way that won't be cool, and you can just keep going and keep going and keep going until you're done. I work on the other one.
Looking good.
Thanks, man. Also, when you're placing the glue pucks onto the actual cutting board, you want to make sure that you place them in the middle of the puck, because when they start melting, they're going to spread, and the glue's going to kind of spread all around the puck. So you don't want to put it too close to the edge, or else you'll lose some glue.
They seem so nice. It must be in the air.
Alright, so just make sure you let them dry for a little while, and you should be good to go. Take them off and slide them on, make sure they fit nice. Go out, rip it up, have fun, wear your helmet, and go longboard with your nice new slide gloves. Have fun. Nailed it! Yeah!